What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over ranking our badges on a tier list in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM because I get so many questions. And I even have the questions sometimes like, okay, I have a certain card. What badges are worth giving this certain card? What badges aren't worth giving this certain card? Those types of things. And honestly, a lot of times, those are the toughest questions, at least for me to answer, because I don't know a lot of times what the best badges to give a point guard are. So I did some research, and I'm here to be breaking it down for you guys to make it easy on you. If you get a card, what are the best badges to apply to that specific card to help you guys out? And as we do dive into this thing, if you are new to the channel and have not yet, make sure you guys do smash that subscribe button. I appreciate all the support on the channel as always. Let's start off with float game. Look, I gotta be honest, floaters are more useful this year than they have been in a long time. But that's not me saying that the float game badge is anything crazy. It's not a badge I'd prioritize. It's not totally worthless. It's why it's going at D tier, but it's just not a badge I necessarily love. So I am throwing it at D tier. I think that's the right spot. Hook specialist, I'm going F tier. I don't shoot hook shots, okay? I don't even know how to shoot hook shots. F tier, the cards, it's just not a good badge. Layup mix master, it's just not a very good badge either. I'm gonna go D tier. I mean, it's better than float game. Like, it's probably high D tier, but I mean, it improves the ability to finish fancier acrobatic layups. I mean, I don't know. I guess it could go to C tier, but it's not great. Aerial Wizard increases the ability to finish alley-oop from a teammate or a putback finish off an offensive rebound. I mean, you will occasionally get a putback finish, so it's not a totally worthless badge. But again, is it a badge that I'd like recommend you guys using? No, I mean, it's fine, but it's just not something, again, I'd recommend people using. Paint Prodigy, actually a pretty decent badge, especially for like big men for centers. On guards, I wouldn't improve it at all. Improves a player's ability to quickly and efficiently score while going to work in the paint. So think of like fast twitch type of a badge, something like that. Probably B tier for Paint Prodigy. Physical Finisher, definitely a solid badge. Improves the a player's ability to battle through contact and convert contact to layups. Especially now, post-patch, you can't just run and fade. Physical Finisher is an important badge. Probably more important than Paint Prodigy. I don't necessarily love it though, so I think B tier is probably right. Post-fade Phenom, I'm gonna go D tier. I like it more than float game, or not more than float game, more than hook specialist. I shoot more post fades than I do hook shots, so that's where I'm at with things. Post powerhouse, C tier, strengthens a player's ability to back down defenders and move them with drop steps. It's fine. Is it my favorite badge in the game, anything like that? No, it's a fine badge, but I don't want to sit up here and act like it's a perfect badge or a massive badge, and you guys need to have it. It's fine, you know, it's a usable badge, but is it a badge like I'd recommend to you know, the average person to really focus on putting it? No, I mean, it's fine in my opinion. Post up poet, I mean, it raises the chance of faking out a defender. D tier, all of these post badges to me are fine. I don't even hate any of them, but to me it's just like they're all pretty mid. So I guess D tier is where I'm at with post up poet. In my opinion, posterizer, a really important badge. A tier or B tier. The thing about it is you got to know who needs posterizer. If your guy's got a 60 driving dunk, who cares? Like, you're not going to be dunking the ball that much anyways. Whereas if you got a guy, let's say like, you know, a Scottie Pippen with a high driving dunk or an 80 plus driving dunk, posterizer is important. Increases the chance of throwing down a dunk on your defender. Again, the intimidator contest come into play if you don't have posterizer, stuff like that. Rise up, another pretty important badge. I'm going to go B tier with rise up. Increases the likelihood of dunking or posterize your opponent while standing in the painted area. So for standing dunks, guys, rise up is really important. I would put it on your big men, like if you have Jack Sigma, Kwame Brown. I'm just throwing out some of the guys I have. Joel Embiid, definitely an important badge for those type of guys. Deadeye, jump shots taken with a defender close and not receive less of a penalty to a shot contest. At least B tier. Like, Deadeye is an important badge. Again, is it as important post-patch? I don't shoot as many jump shots or as many leaners, whatever it is post-patch. I'm going to go B tier, still a really important badge. Limitless range. I think I'm going to go A tier with limitless range. Extends the range from which a player can effectively shoot three-pointers from deep. I haven't really seen a bunch of test results this year. I've seen, you know, a decent amount, but again, limitless range sometimes varies on how effective it is. But again, if you have a guy, let's say like a guard, limitless range is always valuable. I think honestly it works better this year than it has in the past as well. Mini marksman elevates the likelihood of making shots over you know, over taller defenders. It's fine. I think C tier though, because it's like at this stage, the only guys it's really worth it on are, you know, small guards, right? Like Even if you have a Scottie Pippen, how many times is Scottie Pippen going to be shooting over somebody that's 7 foot? I mean, not that many times. So C tier, I'd worry more about Rise Up, Post Rise, or Deadeye than I would that badge. Set Shot Specialist, S tier. Probably one of your most important badges on the game. Like, there's not going to be a ton of S tier badges. Set Shot Specialist, in my opinion, is definitely a deserving badge of being S tier. Look, how many times do you shoot, catch, and shoot shots? I mean, that's a question for you to answer, but I know for me, I shoot them a ton. So if I'm going to shoot a ton of set shots, I need the Set Shot Specialist badge. I'm not trying to sit there and miss wide open shots. Nothing is more frustrating than that. So I am going S tier Set Shot Specialist. I do think that is the right spot for that specific badge. Just kind of my opinion on things. Next up, Shifty Shooter. Look, this would have been S tier a couple of days ago. It would have. Shifty Shooter would have been my best badge. Now I'm going to go A tier. I just think, like, drifters from the mid-range are still valuable, but it's just not, it's not what it once was. Like, Shifty Shooter literally used to be one of the best badges in the game because fades ran the game. At this stage, though, guys, guess what? Fades, I'm not saying they're totally worthless, but they no longer run the game like they once did. So I am going to go A tier with Shifty. It once was way higher. Box Out Beast up next. I mean, I feel like Box Out Beast for a power forward or center is pretty important. So I am going to go A tier. Nothing is more annoying than when you have inside position and get swam around to give up an offensive rebound. There's not many more things that are annoying than that. So I am going to go A tier with Box Out Beast. Rebound Chaser, I'm going to go S tier with. For every power forward, even small forward, even center, but Rebound Chaser is so important. It's one of the main things. Like, Scottie Pippen only can get 29 base badges. So mine doesn't have Rebound Chaser. And I can't stress how annoying it is when Scottie Pippen is in a good position to get a rebound and mine doesn't get it. It's super annoying. S tier for Rebound Chaser, one of the more important badges. Ankle Assassin, I really don't think is that important. I'm going to go C tier. It's a C tier badge. I mean, you can have success with it. I'm not saying it's totally worthless or useless. I'm just saying, for me, when I'm looking at things, there are other badges I'd prioritize an Ankle Assassin. Bailout, really important. It's really important. Now, why is Bailout so important? I need to talk about it. It is so hard on 2K right now to score the ball, right? It is so hard. And so some of your easiest scoring opportunities is you get your opponent to get into a contest animation, you bail out of it, and guess what? You get an easy bucket. And so I'd even put Bailout at A tier. It is definitely a really important badge. Next up, we do have Break Starter. I mean, for me, I don't know. Like, Break Starter is fine. But I gotta be honest. I gave my Joel Embiid Legend Break Starter the other day. He threw a break pass, and it still did not get completed. So it says, after grabbing a defensive rebound, deep outlet passes made up the court are more accurate. Passes must be made quickly after the defensive rebound. I mean, yeah, mine was. And guess what? Embiid still launched it out of bounds. So it's not, again, it's not a totally worthless badge, but it is D tier in my opinion. Dimer up next. I like the Dimer badge. Some people say, oh, well, if you're going to miss the shot, you're going to miss it anyways. But to me, for a primary ball handler, Dimer is important because it increases the shot percentage of going in. Like, you can't beat that. If you have a primary ball handler, they need Dimer. It's A tier to me. A really, really, really good badge. Handles for days, another somewhat important badge. The thing for me is, like, it's really only useful for primary ball handlers. So, you know, if you're not using somebody as a primary or secondary, like, it doesn't really matter a ton. I do think it is A tier probably, like, again, for primary ball handlers specific. But if somebody's not a primary ball handler, we really wouldn't worry a whole ton about it. Lightning Launch, the most important badge in the game is Lightning Launch. And I will stand by it. Lightning Launch is there's not a better badge than it. And y'all can debate me on that, and I'm willing to debate it. Name me a better badge than Lightning Launch. Oh wait, it is the main badge that I look for badged up cards. Especially guards 1 through 3, do they have Lightning Launch? But even for big men, if you get a big man with, you know, Hall of Fame or Legend Lightning Launch, even gold, you can blow past people. And again, that's what you need on this game. You need to be able to get to the rim. If you can't get to the rim right now in this game, you are boxed. Lightning Launch S tier. Strong Handle up next, reduces the likelihood of being bothered by, you know, the defender while dribbling. I think it's important, especially for primary ball handlers. Again, to not get bodied up, not, you know, struggle handling the ball. I'm going to go A tier. Yeah, and I don't think it's as important as like a Lightning Launch, but I still think it's an important badge. Unpluckable. I don't know. Because for me, it's just me talking. I don't get plucked ever on this game. Like, I don't. I never get plucked. The only time I lose the ball is when I'm going backwards from, like, the paint to the perimeter, and then somebody will get a bump steal. But that's not even unpluckable. Defenders have a tougher time poking the ball free from their steal attempts. B tier, like, it's an important badge in the past, but I feel like this year it's not as important. Versatile Visionary, I'm going F tier. I don't care. I don't care. It increases the player's ability to thread and fit tight passes, including alley-oops. Okay? It's not a badge I'd ever look to give somebody. Challenger, pretty important badge. I'm going to go A tier with Challenger. I don't think it's the most important, but I do think it's important. Improves the effectiveness of well-timed contests against perimeter shooters, right? I would say, you know, again, pre-patch Challenger was more important because you had to contest every fade possible. Still important, not as important as it once was. Glove is important, but I'm going to go B tier. I feel like Deadeye should be A tier. Maybe even Rise Up. I feel like I'm Deadeye's got to go A tier. I feel like Rise Up's got to go A tier. To me, Glove is a badge, and I got to put Posterizer at A tier too. Glove's a badge to me. Again, I just feel like steals are so hard to come by, so I'm only going to go B tier. Yeah, it's important, but I feel like it's just tough. High Flying Denier's got to be A tier. I feel like you're getting more blocks post-patch than you did pre-patch. Boost the speed and leaping ability of a defensive player in anticipation of getting a block or on a block attempt. I do think A tier is the right tier. Immovable Enforcer, another really good badge. We're starting to get some of these really good badges. Got to go A tier. Proves defensive players' strength when defending ball handlers and finishers who are coming at them. Super important badge is Immovable Enforcer. It's a badge that isn't just a position badge. Like some of these, it's like, oh, well, only give them if, you know, if it's a power forward or a center. But with, you know, Immovable Enforcer, that's something you can give everybody. A tier, in my opinion. Interceptor, I actually think Interceptor is important this year. I'm going to go A tier as well. I don't think it's as important as it has maybe been in the past. I feel like steals are hard to come by, but I am going to go A tier. Got a lot of A tier badges, but there's a lot of good badges. Off-ball best. Post-patch is way more important because now people, guess what, are spamming more back cuts. People need to be able to get bumps off ball. Makes players more difficult to get past when playing off ball as they can grab and hold their matchup. Guess what? Against some of the top players, that's what they do. They spam back cuts, including myself. It is A tier at this stage. That and slippery off ball are super important. I used to stand by that, you know, back, especially on current gen when it was so easy to spam back cuts. But now with this being as hard as it is to score on this game, off ball pest slippery are still super important. On ball menace, S tier. Hounds, listen, Hounds and bodies up while defending on the perimeter. That is S tier. I mean, on ball menace is so important. That and Lightning Launch to me are by far and away the best two badges on the game. Like if I'm looking for a badged up card, I want Legend On Ball Menace, Legend Lightning Launch. Those are the two most important badges in my opinion, because if you have those two and you're a perimeter player, you're already set. You're already set because you've got two of the most important things that people need. Like, you get those two things, you're already one of the best cards on the game. I'm just throwing it out there. Paint Patroller, super important. Increases a player's ability to block or contest shots at the rim. A tier. Not S tier, I don't think, but it is a really important badge. A tier for Paint Patroller. Pick Dodger, another really important badge, especially for guards. I would say some people ask for Pick Dodger for bigs. Like on your power forward or center, I don't think it's as important. But like on your guards, Pick Dodger is important. Now, again, if you run switch all stuff like that, it might not be as important. I don't know because I don't run that scheme, but Pick Dodger historically has been an important badge. It's not, I will say again, Pick Dodger is not as important as it was a couple of weeks ago. When players were running off screens, those type of things, it used to be way more important. Post lockdown, important badge, not that important. I'm going to go C tier. I think that's the right tier. Now, if you're on a power forward center, super important. On a guard, it's not that important. And I feel like on most power forward centers, guess what? They already come with post lockdown. So I really wouldn't worry a whole ton about it. Brick Wall up next. Increase the effectiveness of screens and drains energy from opponents on physical contact. I think this is an important badge. I'm throwing Brick Wall at A tier. I even like putting it on my guards because sometimes I run a, shooting guard, setting my screen, something like that. And again, it also drains, energy from opponents on physical contact. So you get a bump, stuff like that, drains their energy and can definitely be helpful in that aspect as well. Slippery off ball up next. When attempting to get open off screens, the player more effectively navigates through traffic. Same things for back cuts. A tier, slippery off ball is super important. Pogo stick up next. I'm not as high on pogo stick as other people. Okay, it allows players to recover and go back up for another jump upon landing. I rarely jump at people on this game. You don't have to believe it, but it's the truth. I don't jump at shooters. I don't jump in the paint very much. So for me, I'm going B tier with pogo stick. If you jump a lot, you're going to be higher on pogo stick than I am. And that's okay, right? People can have their own opinions. I'm just saying for me, I don't jump that much, so it's not as important for myself. A lot of A tier badges. Honestly, hopefully this does help you out. And again, realize positions are important. For example, mini marksman on a center, not important. On a guard is important. For example, pogo stick on a center, way more important than it is on a guard. So just kind of realize those things as well. That is going to wrap it up for our video today. You guys can let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.